Hey guys, welcome back. We're here to talk about all the books that I am currently reading that I plan to be reading for the next couple of months. I thought about just doing like a November TBR, but I think that my plans, like what I've got going on is probably going to just carry over through the end of the year. And there's a lot of end of year video stuff and content that I like to do. So I don't necessarily want to do like a November and a December plans. So especially with the holidays, it's going to blend together anyways. So that's what this is. This is just going to be like from now till the end of the year. This is what I got going on. So first up is the books that I'm currently reading. Mostly I've been focusing on A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I started this book last month, didn't quite finish it, and I'm making fairly good progress, but it is a little bit slower paced, which I'm really enjoying. I think it really lends to the atmosphere and the style of this book, the intention of this book. This book follows Diana Bishop. She is a witch. She's a descendant of witches. However, she doesn't really want to be a witch, doesn't want to associate with witches. She would probably prefer to just be a human, but it turns out she can't run away from her witchiness. When she goes to Oxford, gets a degree as a historian, and she is doing research, she runs into this ancient manuscript which ends up leading all of these demons and vampires to start coming near her. And it has something to do with this manuscript. So what is the manuscript? What do they want? How is she involved? So far, so good. I'm really enjoying it. This is said to be like a Twilight for adults. I didn't know that until I had already started it, and I'm like, even better. Okay, even better. I will say there's a couple of things I'm a little surprised with, like a little bit of the writing style. So far, overall, I love the writing style. It's not a big deal, but there is a little bit kind of explaining every little thing that they're doing, saying, going out. There's a bit of repetition of like the main male interest asks her repeatedly like to go to dinner. Everything's kind of surrounded by dinners, but to be fair, that's actually quite realistic. When you go out and meet someone, it's generally centered around dinner plans, right? So that is actually very realistic. The next thing to focus on are books that I'm reading for the library reading challenge that I decided to commit to this year. I am so close to being done. There was 116 prompts. I have 3 left. Is it 3 only now? Yes. It's 3 left. That is it. And that is Dual Timelines, Marine Life on the Cover, and a Lucky Day shelf pick. I think I have most of the books picked out. As for the Lucky Day shelf, I was thinking about doing a cozy autumn reading vlog and going and picking out the Lucky Day shelf. The Lucky Day shelf challenge is actually it's at specific branches. It's not the branch that's actually near my house. I have to go see what's on the shelf and be surprised and read something off that shelf. So Marine Life on the Cover, I have chosen this book From the Mouth of the Whale. And I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this name. This is an Icelandic author. This book takes place in Iceland. And I'm just going to read the back of the book. From the Mouth of the Whale is an Icelandic saga for the modern age. The year is 1635. Iceland is a world darkened by superstition, poverty, and cruelty. Men of science marvel over the unicorn's horn. Poor folk worship the Virgin in secret, and both book and men are burned. The author introduces us to Jonas, who's a poet, self-taught healer, banished to the barren island for heretical conduct. Sorry, being like a heretic, you know? As he recalls his gift for curing female maladies, his exorcism of the walking corpse on the remote island coast, the frenzied massacre of innocent Basque whalers at the hands of the local villagers, and the deaths of 3 of his children. Jonas's story echoes across centuries and cultures, an epic tale that makes us see the world anew. If this book does not work out, I do have another book, The Tales of Amina al-Sarif. Sarafi. I'm so sorry. I do have another book. I'll probably post the picture up here. I can't think of the title right now, but there's like an octopus on the cover. It's kind of piratey. I really hope that this works out because I did start reading the prologue and I believe it takes place in autumn as well. But there's that. And then for dual timelines, I have this book called The Ballerinas. 13 years ago, the dancer abandoned her prestigious soloist spot on the Paris Opera Ballet for a new life in St. Petersburg, taking with her a secret that could upend the lives of her best friends, fellow dancers Lindsay and Margot. Now 36 years old, she has returned to her former home and to the legendary Palais Garnier Opera House to choreograph the ballet that will kickstart the next phase of her career. And she hopes to finally make things right with her former friends, but she quickly discovers that things have changed while she's been away, and some secrets can't stay buried forever. Moving between the trio's adolescent years and the present day, The Ballerinas explores the complexities of female friendship, the dark drive toward physical perfection in the name of artistic expression, the double-edged sword of ambition and passion, and the sublimated rage that so many women hold inside, all culminating in a twist you won't see coming. Magnetic cast of characters you won't soon forget. It sounds so freaking good, and it's really not a large book, but that would satisfy that prompt. The next one is The Toll. At the beginning of the year, I said I wanted to finish series, and I think I probably started more series than I finished, but this was one of the ones at the very top because it was only a trilogy and it wasn't a huge commitment. I had read the first book. I did read the second book at the beginning of the year and I thought it was incredible. It was better even than the first book. I don't know what stopped me from reading the last book, but it would be really cool to tie up that bow and finish this last book. The Doll Factory. I ended up putting this on my to reads list for October. I really did not read a lot of those books, but I did actually get the audiobook checkout for this as well. So with the audiobook, with this book, I'm hoping to finish reading this book. Did start it on audiobook, but I'm having a really difficult time connecting to it. I don't think it's any fault of the audiobook. I think it's me. I've been too distracted. So I want to slow it down a little bit, really try to sink in and enjoy this book. It sounds so incredible, so almost kind of creepy. I've heard it's kind of creepy. While I have quite a few Kindle books to read, I have one that I'm actively reading called The Spell Shop, and I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I really wanted to like it. Actually, this one should be currently reading instead of want to read because I did already start it. I really wanted to read it. I started it. I'm about 10% of the way through, and we just got to this part where I don't know where we're going with the story. It kind of feels a little bit less mature than I expected, but I'm going to keep pushing through at least for a little while. And I don't really want to overwhelm myself too much more beyond that as far as reading plans for the next couple months, but I want to do another Read It or Unhaul It challenge. I have this huge stack of books over here staring at me. I might give you a glimpse of what it is. I have this stack of books. You get a little sneak peek of it. I don't want to try to rush it in a week. These books have been plaguing me over here, taking up space. I just went to put a book away and I realized that I couldn't squeeze one more book in there. And I was like, all right, we're doing this. This is the perfect thing. Because I was just thinking about, I was planning all my videos for the end of the year. Then I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing for December. That's why I kind of decided to add a Read It or Unhaul It and just kind of combine it. So for the next 2 months, it's kind of what I'm sitting with. And then anything else, I guess, is bonus. I still have all the books sitting right here that I had wanted to read in October. Didn't quite get to them in October, but I don't think I necessarily want to go back to those. Those felt like October books, and now we're in November. It feels like a completely different vibe, so we'll save those for another time. These in this pile are kind of like non-negotiable because those I need to finish. I am very excited for November and December. We're going to have a lot more relaxed days. The kids are going to have their Thanksgiving break. It's going to be getting colder. I'm going to be wanting to stay inside more, so at least I think it's going to be more chill. Hopefully we'll have a lot better reading month than I had last month, because last month was actually, to be honest, depressing. All right, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.